I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. On Cosplay Cafe. Yeah, I'm a cosplayer. You know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the con floor. Yeah, on the con floor. Oh, on the con floor. Yeah, I do my little turn on the con floor. And I'm too sexy for my cosplay. I'm too sexy for my cosplay. On Cosplay Cafe. And I'm too sexy for this song.
Happy Friday, everyone. We all made it through the week, and now your baristas are here. We're serving up a hot, steaming cup of cosplay and cosplay photography as a bonus. So before then, please enjoy these words from our sponsors. Pokeballs by Crayley is your one-stop shop for handmade magical creations that celebrate all the Pokemon universe has to offer. Available on CraylevanEst.com. That's CraylevanEst.com, and possibly coming to a con near you. All right, so tonight I have my absolutely gorgeous and fantastically talented co-host, Andrea Starnes. How are you doing, Andrea?
I love the beautiful comment when I'm going, ooh, should have washed my hair before this. It's okay. It works with the character. She's not very clean by the end of the movie, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a.
So I do want to know, with for accessories with this, since I decided to pick a photographer character, do I get Tom Hiddleston? That's my question. Since I'm doing Brie Larson's character from Kong Skull Island, is that a prop that I can have? Please?
I think we need to call Tom's people.
Okay.
So if you all work with Tom and you're out there, call us. Drop us an email.
I mean, I know you're a married man now, but I will just stare at you and be in awe. It's fine, Tom.
Good. So you have worked closely with our guest. So why don't you give the introduction and tell us what he's about, who he is?
Okay, you've probably heard us gush over his work between me, the Ice Cream Queens, all the people in this kind of southern Tennessee, northern Mississippi area. I met Bryan almost 2 years ago. First picture I had was a little over a year ago, last March. I fell in love. He is so willing to work with your crazy ideas. He has crazy ones of his own. We're a bunch of mad scientists when we get together, but you cannot find more beautiful cosplay photography. And I am going to continue to, like I always do, inflate people's egos. So Bryan, be ready. I'm just going to stroke that ego the whole time you're here. And his lovely wife works with him as well. She helps organize all of this. So it's a partnership, but his pictures will speak for themselves when you see them tonight. So if we want to go ahead and bring Bryan on in so he can meet our lovely viewers.
Good evening, ladies. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me tonight.
Of course, you know, everybody gets to hear the what goes on in front of the camera. Not everybody knows what goes on behind the camera, so it's kind of cool to have a photographer's perspective on
yeah.
cosplay.
I mean, it's been a really fun. Yeah, it's been a fun 2 years of doing conventions. Actually, I think I started. My first convention was Corinth, but I didn't actually do photography at that first one. We just set up a booth to kind of show what we could do at the studio. And then I got the call from TupeloCon. You know, you guys probably knew Robert that did the photos at TupeloCon. And yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks before the convention. And he said, "Hey, I heard you were interested in doing photos at conventions." I was like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it." Well, he's like, "I'm retiring. Come down in 3 weeks to TupeloCon and we'll hook you up." I had no clue what we were going to do. And so we invented that setup in like 3 weeks. And Robert actually had the printer. And I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "It's a printer." And he's like, "We're going to hook it up and see if you like it." And if you like it, I'll sell it to you. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can afford that. And by the end of the day, I was like, how much you want for that printer?
Yeah, that is
and then
one
that
of the
was
things,
history. I mean, it just.
It's one of the things I think that is so awesome with your setup is people can have their pictures printed out right there on the spot. You know, yeah, you send them the great, really high res digitals, but you can walk out of the con with an 8x10 photo.
Yeah, and
Great.
that was all, you know, Robert's idea with that. And I love the fact that you could take something physical because no one prints anymore. And so having something physical now, I think it has a different meaning, different feel to it. It's kind of like people that look back to vinyl or look back to other forms of music delivery. You know, it's something different to actually have something tactile in your hands.
There's a few of them framed on my walls from you. We got a few comments. I'm going to run through them real quick from the Sci-Fi Queens. I love this topic. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, I love Nita. She's so sweet.
And then Mark Desjardins, bonjour from Fort Wayne. Want to say happy 10-year anniversary to my lovely wife, Ashley.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Mark has been on the show a couple of times. Sci-Fi Queens, thank you. Said your hair looks beautiful. It's a mess, but thank you.
Oh.
Lauren Knight said Tom would say yes. I mean, Lauren helped me out with that. And she also said, yay, Huff.
Yeah.
We have several people saying hi, good evening. Hello, Bryan. You got some fans out there.
Lauren actually writes our makeup column in the Huffoto Presents magazine every month. So
and she's
I'm
been
really
a cover
grateful
model
for that.
for it.
Yeah, she was our March cover. And the cover this month actually wasn't cosplay for the first time. This month was a little bit different. We had the Rockabilly pinup competition, and part of the winning of that was the cover of July's issue. And we felt that kind of fit with July and, you know, Independence Day and everything. And
it was funny
because what
I saw
happened
the cover
with the shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the cover. All your other covers have your black background, and this one has the bright white background.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really quite opposite everything else that we've done. And it was fun to change things up a little bit and do something, because the idea behind the magazine really came from after the first solid year of doing conventions. I wanted to figure out a way to bring more value to our clients or customers, but also to these conventions. And so I came back to that tactile holding something again. And I was like, wait a minute, I have the software. I do a yearly magazine that I help my wife with, whom I can't do this without. And everybody needs to understand that. When you talk about Huffoto, I'm merely half of it. The half you probably see, and as I'll direct everyone over to her because she handles the business end of everything, which really is so underestimated, and people don't understand how important it is and how much it helps me. And I'm really going to find out, because in Kingsport I have to do that one alone. So that's going to be interesting.
She really is your backbone. Like, you two are a tag team, and I've loved getting to know both of you. I mean, like, I've literally been parked right next to you guys at so many cons, and we've all just gotten to know each other. It's like with Lauren and DL, we talked about our con family. The Huffs are part of the con family.
And we love it so much. I mean, that's what I'm so excited. It's next weekend. We're going to be at Nerds Assemble in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And the Ice Cream Queens are going to be there. I think a lot of people from our family are going to be there. And I'm just so excited.
We're making the trip.
Awesome.
I'll be there Saturday. So cool. Me, Hunter, and Kay will be there Saturday. Robin Burks is driving over because Robin and I can't wait. We're going to do the 10th Doctor and Donna Noble, and we cannot wait to get behind your camera.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. That's so cool.
I can't wait to see that. I love Donna Noble so much.
Oh, Robin's Donna is so good. Oh, my gosh. She was born to be Donna. But yeah, when she was like, it's only 15 minutes from me. And I'm like, you want to do Donna and the doctor that way? Oh, we're super excited.
I can't wait to see your doctor also. Like,
and Jason Smith said, wow, there's a lot of amazing people in these comments. And of course, Lauren, like she said, yeah, including you. So she says, you're awesome too, Jason.
Yeah, Jason's one of our 731 Ghostbusters. They are amazing.
Yes.
They're doing as many conventions as they can, raising awareness and money for our Carl Perkins Center for Child Abuse there in McNairy County. So they are awesome. We got to do, there's some photos, I think Jason sent in one that was so fun to do. And I actually have a behind the scenes video on my Patreon channel of how we made that shot. It was pretty funny.
Ooh.
Should we go ahead and share that one, since we got a lot of viewer submissions, guys? We literally have 36 viewer submissions, which we usually have about 10 or so, but we have 36. Here we go. Here is the Jason Smith photo.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
So the idea was we crossed over Flashdance with Ghostbusters and dumped a lot of slime on him.
You know what is not in these pictures that needs to be? The Stay Puffed. The Stay Puffed.
This is
the
true.
Worshiping the Stay Puffed. I can
was
get that
laughing
picture
out of frame very hard. Because it was probably 90 degrees and that slime was very cold.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I will have to hunt down, while we're talking, the Stay Puffed picture from Haywood Comic Con, because
I showed somebody that one yesterday and they were like, that is amazing.
This is what happens. We call it when cosplayers get bored and have a photographer willing to do dumb stuff with them. That's what happens when you work with Huffoto.
I had a Wolverine and a Deadpool in South Carolina, and I still haven't made it through all the photos we shot.
I think one of them is in your submissions from it.
It very well could be.
It's there.
Nope. Oh no, that's Anthony. Let's just go through all the submissions and talk about them. Andrea, do you have the comments that people?
I know most of them kind of off. Some of them are just I just like this picture.
Which is fair.
I love this, and I don't know who the guy is, but he's got such Eric Andre vibes in this shot.
This is my friend. This is my friend Joe, Art of the Tin Man, and his friend Carly. And yeah, this is such a good shot. This is from their Mad Max group. Oh. And I don't know, Andrea, if you said anything else about it when he submitted it to you, but Joe's been on our show for our X-Men.
I can. Yes. Oh my God, it won't let me save the stupid Stay Puffed picture. Oh, come on.
Oh, boo.
I know how I can do it. Never mind. I got this.
I love this, and I have not got to see Furiosa yet. I really want to see Furiosa.
Yeah, we have
Huff, I need to get you up.
He always has such great pictures.
Yeah, I need to get you up to the Midwest, because Joe's in my Chicagoland area group, and we have a lot of fun cosplayers up here. So
I'm actually talking about being in Indiana here soon. So I will be up that way. I'm talking to a photographer in Indiana, one in Wisconsin, one in Missouri, and I've got a person in Nebraska that I'm talking to right now about doing guest shots. So
yeah, you're in Wisconsin. Crayley is in Indiana.
Crayley's in Indiana.
You're going to be right up in their area.
Yeah,
let me know when you're
I'm
coming
looking
my
at doing
way.
a guest. September was looking to be a guest spot, possibly in Racine, Wisconsin, but I'm not sure if that's going through yet or not.
Oh, that's really close to me. I'll have to. I'll upload something from I did a shoot out in Kenosha, which is by Racine. I'll upload one of those because there was a fun location I took my group to.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So
that's awesome. That was at that was at Haywood.
Photos.
That was Haywood.
That was at Haywood. That's Ariana.
Yep.
Yes. We've done why is my whole thing going just absolutely crazy on me over here? Ooh. Mark Desjardins actually asked, he said, are you going to be near the Fort Wayne, Indiana area? I'm like, everything is lagging for me for some reason. It's just being.
I'm trying to remember the name of the town in Indiana that I was going to. I've drawn a blank on it. I'm trying to remember what the name of the town is. And it'll probably hit me about 2:00 in the morning. I'll suddenly jump up.
Well, you know what? If they want to know where they can find you, they should follow you.
Yeah. Oh, this is true. This is true. Although I've not discussed this any because it's actually a client that has driven from up there to me and has shot down here. And now we're talking about me coming up there to them. And gosh, I cannot believe I've just blanked out on the name of that town.
Being on live on air is always kind of fun.
Yeah, I've podcasted for about 8 years, but they're all pre-recorded, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, we decide we're gonna just wing it and hope for the best.
You can figure out where you're gonna be and let us know later.
Oh yeah, because that's still up in the air anyway. Yes. But I'm really hoping to. I'm very much enjoying the travel, although this is the 7th week in a row that I have been out of town, so I'm kind of a little tired.
You need some rest.
You've been a little busy there.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
This is Xenon. That is a selfie. That is a selfie that Misa took. This is my friend Misa, Xeon Cosplay. Yes, they have a little setup in their house. The other two, the top one was done by Big Duo, which is Courtney Crawford is a local photographer here. Courtney's a fantastic photographer as well. And Press Pause Images did the other one, but that Morticia is a selfie.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
Misa is fantastic. Like absolutely stunning cosplayer and great person.
Oh, that's really good.
I'm always scared I'm going to call somebody by the wrong character name or something.
This one, I love that this is Samara Winchester. That is her chosen name for herself. And she got to do a supernatural photo shoot in a cemetery. Yes. And she said that's why she loved this one so much. And I love her. Yeah. She's such a sweet person. So great. I mean, who doesn't want to go do a supernatural photo shoot in the cemetery?
Yeah, for real. I got to do a high school senior shoot in one like 2 years ago. And there's one up in Memphis. Is it Elmwood Cemetery?
It's one of the historic cemeteries.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, we got some beautiful.
This shot reminds me of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really not local here, but yeah, it's great. Okay, the next one that we're going to show, this is a cosplayer, but Jared says he is cosplaying a responsible adult. Normally, I'm used to seeing Jared. But as he said, it was by the fantastic Huffoto, so I had to share that one. Jared's great. We love Jared.
That's fantastic.
You know, sometimes I think it's our alter ego, really. Trinity, Liquid Mercury. This is a Huffoto also.
Trinity was the first cosplayer that I ever photographed, and that's why she was the cover of the first magazine that I ever produced.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's actually through her modeling that actually kicked all this off, because what happened was I knew she had cosplayed as Catwoman, and I asked her one day, I said, hey, have you ever had professional photos done as Catwoman? She said, you know, I've done that for 7 years and I've never had photos made. And I was like, well, why don't all you guys come out and we'll go out in the alleyway behind the studio. I had some new LED panels that had come in. So we have LED panels out. Her mom's holding a flash on a boom. Her dad's got a water hose. Cops pull up and they notice it's me and they're like, it's fine. They just drive on. I was like, I didn't even ask if it was okay to have a water hose out or doing all this in the city alleyway. Anyway, we
They're
shot
like,
those photos.
it's Huff and the
Yeah.
McDaniels. It's fine.
Well, you know it's bad when the cops pull up because 8 people are beating each other senseless with lightsabers on a dark soccer field and realize it's me and then drive away. But
Small
anyway,
town life, right?
yeah, it is. It's so perfect for this. But she, we did the photos, threw them on social media, forgot about it. 3 weeks later, she texts me. She's like, "Hey, I have Comic-Cons asking me to be a judge and a guest cosplayer. What does that mean?" And I don't know. I've never been to one. And so that was the real origin of everything, was Trinity's Catwoman photos. And so that became my business card, and then eventually we reshot the Catwoman in December of last year for the January cover for 2024. And so that was a revisit. But then the first edition of the magazine, it kind of tells all that origin story of how it all came to be. And this is her latest cosplay that she made. And it took her months to do. And this was actually a test shoot with it before we went to BeyondCon. And she actually had to change some things up with the makeup to get it work just right. Yeah, no, she's amazing. Super talented, really super fun, sweet person to work with and everything. Oh, this was fun.
I got to watch this one happen. This is Mally, Acid Rain Sideshow is what her mom posts her under because she is only 13.
Sure, yeah.
But Mally also does martial arts. So this was so much fun to watch you shoot this at Mid-South Con because she's doing like the moves, the kicks, the poses.
Yeah, we're backstage at this point. This is like 11 o'clock at night because the con is over and they're doing the cosplay competition was like at midnight.
It was so late. Yeah, we talked about that with Lauren because she was in it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Mally makes most of her own costumes, or at least helps her mom make a lot of them. This kid is going to put us veterans out of work because she is so good. I've been saying it for years now.
The rust detail on the blades and everything just blew me away. Yeah. I love the metal detail.
When we share these, you'll have to zoom in online when you see these because this is a gorgeous costume.
That's incredible. Like,
if I remember correctly, she was one of the winners.
She might have. And this is another one of Kelly's buddies.
I love Airbender so much.
Yes.
Yes.
We love some Airbender costumes. They're so much fun. You can do so much with the posing and the just the whole setup in general.
Not just that too, but it's such a playful and serious character. You can really, there's so much you can do with it as far as the personality goes as well.
Yes. Yeah. He's so good. He's got some great costumes.
This is our friend Anthony Paley 356.
Yes.
Did he say he took this picture?
I don't remember. I can look and see if everything.
He's not only been on the show, and he's coming back on in October.
Yes. Why won't you go away? Why is everything acting weird over here to me today? I'm having a day, y'all. Having a day.
Well,
don't be a hot mess. Don't be a hot mess like me.
And another previous guest on the show, Jen Watson Art, and I do remember her comment. Well, first of all, Haley Stein took this, and another Chicago area cosplayer and photographer, and Jen just said that this shot really embodied the character in her mind, just the girl power, the otherworldliness. Like, this is a fantastic shot. Just absolutely
I love it.
Amazing.
When Jen and I met on the show, we realized that we're practically the same person in two different bodies. So Jen and I kind of bonded. No, Anthony did not say who took that picture. I just looked.
Okay.
I see a little signature at the bottom, but I can't make it out.
Well, it's not the one before the previous.
I got you. I got you.
But yeah,
this one's Haley Stein.
Haley, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. They've got lots of.
Really
Angel
good.
couldn't decide what to send of her pirate pictures. So Angel sent me a bunch because she loves her pirate. But there's a real good one in there by Huff where she has an actual antique flintlock in her hands.
That was at TupeloCon this year, and she had that wrapped up in some stuff, and she's like, "Hey, let's do this real quick." And I was like, "All right."
It is still a functioning.
Yeah,
it's a functioning still flintlock pistol. Of course, it was not loaded.
That thing is incredible. No, it was very empty.
But it was a cool prop to get to have for the pictures.
Yeah, that thing was incredible.
Yes.
And as you all can see, because Crayley and I are all about gun safety, she's got good trigger discipline in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Not pointing it at
and it was
anyone.
pointed in a safe distance. Yes.
Oh, yes. We made sure, even though we knew it wasn't loaded.
Yeah, I cleared it. Yeah, it was cleared.
I was standing because my table was next to you at Tupelo.
Sure,
I was watching
that
this
was
picture
literally pointed in you guys' direction if you would have been over there.
I was watching from the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm. You always treat it like it's loaded. Rule number 1.
Always. This is Stephanie. She just wanted to send some of her favorite costumes, not specifically but her little Red Riding Hood, her Rays. She's got some really cute costumes.
Those are great.
I love it. She's got the droid.
Okay, this is my cosplay partner from 2004 to 2014, and I asked her, since she doesn't get to cosplay anymore, do you have some of your favorites? And she sent these two. She goes, these are two of my favorites of us. The top photographer is Cliff Nordman. He's out of Seattle, but he was in Texas at Acon in Dallas doing photo shoots. And that was in a very modern tech center. And he somehow made it look, our Victorian costumes look like they kind of fit in there. And the bottom one, we stopped a lot of traffic because it was outside the hotel. Because Panty and Stocking take off their stockings and their panties to turn into their weapons. Rachel was wearing more than one pair, though. She was not taking off the only pair of underwear she had on. But it was it was in Dallas, Texas in like June. And at one point, the funniest thing that happened, she looks over at me, she goes, all the pairs are riding up. She had them on, so she did the picture to look like she was taking them off. She could just take them off and not have to like readjust her whole costume. So she had several pair on. That was just the best comment. She goes, all of them are riding up.
That sounds awful.
It was very in character for Penny, though, so it was hilarious. Yeah. And Hunter Chick, of course. My current buddy. The one in the top left, that is also a cover to one of the Huffoto Presents magazines.
Was that April?
Yeah, I think that was the April issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when we shot that, when immediately my wife and I looked at each other and were like, cover. That was so cool because They Call Me Midas did her finger artwork with a liquid eyeliner pen at the con.
And I was going to ask about that.
Hunter was in my bathroom. I can't remember the brand, but Hunter was in my bathroom after, because she spent the night at my house for that con, scrubbing. That was the best, not like waterproof liquid eyeliner I've ever seen. It took her forever to scrub that off her knuckles. But I
need to do that.
What was so incredible too? Yeah, the lines were, if you zoomed up on that, the lines are so clean. It was so perfect.
Kay is an artist. Kay is a painter and a tattoo artist. And that was some really good eyeliner. Really good eyeliner.
I'm going to need to figure out how to do that if I bring my Pirate Kate to Uncanny Experience, because it makes the costume. It really does.
Oh, yeah. Just get with Hunter and see what eyeliner it was.
That's what I'm going to do. But I still need someone to draw it on.
Yeah, because this little goose.
So I have a really funny story about Goose. She won at the Beyond Con, and one of the things that she won with her prize was a photo shoot with Huffoto. So she comes to the booth and she's like, "Get over here," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm right here. I got the camera." She's like, "No, I want a photo shoot with Huff." So I had to hand the camera to Lauren and teach her how to focus it and everything and get in the photo shoot with her. So Goose has like some of the very few photos of me.
and it's great because she is already so good in front of a camera. Like this kid
is incredible. And she's fun. She's
another
one
that's going to just put us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
all
love
of them
her
are
little
just the
Tinkerbell.
sweetest family. Lauren and Joey and all those guys. I love them to death. They're just my favorite.
They're the Con fam.
Yeah.
She's the cutest. When we were over at their house,
amazing.
Doing our little photo shoot. And
she kept offering us like Capri Suns and snacks and taking care of us, and I'm just my heart whenever I'm around her. She's so precious.
Gosh. Yeah. Do you need a chair? Do you need a toy? Do you need money? I have money.
She brought us her piggy bank.
Her coin person tries to give us money.
We're like, it's okay, sweetie. We're like sliding the coins back across the table at Lauren.
The sweetest little girl.
Sweetest. Oh, she's great. Speaking of her amazing mother.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I'm in love with this costume.
It was gorgeous in person.
Absolutely. Yes, this was incredible. I think this particular shot was done at Mid-South Con, but she brought this costume back out again at the Fairy Masquerade at Black Lodge. And but this was the Mid-South Con version of it. At the Mid-South Fairy convention, sadly, the crown took some damage. I don't know if it's been repaired yet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's so heavy. Those are all real rubber snakes that she glued together and painted onto this thing. It weighs a ton.
But she's a queen and she carries it like it.
Yeah, I only know that because she put it on my head and it weighs a ton. I think there may be a photo of me wearing it.
See, y'all, if you become our con family, we were talking about this in the last 2 shows between us and the Ice Cream Queens. These are the kinds of things you get to experience. Oh, this is Kenneth Dunn, Heroes of Lotus Night. Once again, another Huff. I told y'all are going to see a lot of Huff. We didn't actually need to have him submit pictures because everybody was submitting Huff photos.
That's so funny.
You're very prevalent down here. He talked about he loved the lighting, how the 3 different like layers of black worked with this background and the lighting and everything on the shoot. I don't know how he wears that mask though.
Oh no, I don't either.
It's a full pullover latex.
Right. Yeah. It looks so uncomfortable. But that's my favorite thing in the world is layering black in photos. I absolutely love chopping black with lighting and making it have this dynamic feel to it. And this cosplay was perfect for that.
This showed that talent right there, the layering and the lighting effects that you've got. It's so good.
It's just a little bit of the haze back in the background, the spray.
You go through so many cans of that at a con.
I have so many that are like half and quarter full. Oh, I love this one too. She got into it, and I love it when people
good.
She brought the character out.
Oh yeah, Robin
is great at that.
I love Robin. Robin's our girl. We love us some Robin.
Yes.
Yeah, she said that one makes her feel fierce. This is Grace Jingle My Bells. She wanted to show this one because it was the first time she made a fursuit, the first costume that she really completely built herself. And she placed pretty high at Anime Blues Con this year with this costume. I got to see it in person.
Good for her.
Pretty phenomenal. I don't know how she was wearing that in Memphis in the summertime.
Oh my gosh. I
saw it. I'm just like,
I have a costume with Donnie Darko, I think came out in 2003. They had not licensed the Frank the Bunny costume to be made, but I just absolutely fell in love with that movie. And I found someone on eBay that had made a movie accurate full Frank the Bunny suit, and I paid way too much money for it. 21 years later, I still have it, but it just now dawned on me 21 years later that I've had a fursuit for 21 years.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
my lovely DL. That top one looks like a Renaissance painting hanging in a museum.
It really does.
She's so photogenic anyway, but just the lighting, the composition.
Sure.
I do kind of want a canvas of that.
When they did the one on the bottom left as
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God, yes. I love that show so much. And I was so excited because Nadja is just one of my favorite characters on the planet. And of course, Laszlo too. I mean, just they just are just so perfect. And I love them. That show is if somebody out there does not watch the show, please watch this.
Lauren said next magazine cover, his Huff is the Donnie Darko bunny.
Yes.
You know what? Sadly, the latex on one of the ears has started to rot. And so actually, I need some cosplay help on how you can restore that.
I think we can figure that out.
Cool.
If y'all have any suggestions, email us.
Yes, please. We would love to share it.
And which character is
this?
This
next one is it's Rorschach from The Watchmen.
That's it.
This is my friend John. This was his first cosplay. He sourced everything. The hat is from the same company that made it for the movie years ago.
Oh my god.
And if I remember correct, I think he had the heat sensitive ink in the mask.
So when you breathe,
so that when he breathed, it changed shape. He also, like many of the crazy people in my friend group, wore this in Dallas, Texas in the middle of summer. Because we used to go to A-Kon every year and we torture ourselves. But he looked amazing. People loved it. And he said it was just such a cool experience for his first cosplay. And that's why he wanted to share that one.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, this is a good shot.
Wow. This was one of my first photo shoots with Ebony. This was in Corinth, Mississippi, in an alley at 10:30 at night. It was cold and it had been raining, but we were bound and determined to get this shoot done, and so we weren't stopping.
And she said this is one of her favorite. She said it's one of her favorite costumes and one of her favorite shots of any of her costumes that she has. Ebony's gorgeous. She's so photogenic, and she's just the sweetest heart in the whole world. So
yeah, she is amazing. Another muse that I have so fortunate to be able to just pick up the phone and go, "Hey, I have a crazy idea," and she's like, "I'll be there in an hour." You know?
Look, if it's a Friday or a Saturday and you have one of those, it might take me about an hour and a half to get to you, but I will do it because I love working with you.
Well, I think we're going to have some fun outings here soon because work has been way too serious lately.
Yes, we need some Stay Puffed.
Yes.
Y'all will see that. That's the last picture in the list.
Yes.
Aubrey Cavett, and said this was the first time she and her child cosplayed together.
Oh, cool.
So that's so special.
Picture. I love Aubrey.
Yes.
She's gorgeous and so sweet.
Lauren says for the stupidity, she volunteers as a tribute. Lauren's the one that wrangled us into the stupid the first time. This is Allie. Allie is also an artist on top of being a cosplayer. She's at a lot of the local cons, but she sent these, and it's the same wig for both characters.
Oh wow!
She just twisted her Merida up for Miss Frizzle. I was like,
styling wigs blows my mind. Like, I don't understand how you guys can do that. I can't deal with my own hair.
I give that to Vivian. That's their deal. They are so much better at it than me.
Oh, Vivian's incredible. We've
got a few pictures of Vivian coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. And Honey Blossom Cosplay.
Yep.
You did one of those, and the other is by Toy Robot Visuals.
Yep. That's Donna's husband.
Yes. We love it. Yeah, y'all both have made me look good in pictures. So I understand why Colleen wanted to share these.
Y'all make our jobs easy.
Also, I really love having these two side by side because they're both extremely dynamic images, but it also shows the difference between you two photographers, and how. So as a cosplayer, I love working with different photographers because you always come away with a different experience and different images and a different vision. And it's really fun.
I've got a set when I did at Acon years ago. I did Ichihara Yuko from the manga and anime XXX Holic. I did 2 shoots in the same day with 2 different photographers. One was outside, very organic, natural lighting. One was inside. He had his pop-up light. It was a lot more posed and dynamic. Both absolutely beautiful sets. I can't say I like one more than the other, but it was so cool to see 2 different photographers shoot the same costume in the same day.
Yeah, and that's why I tell the conventions too. It's very common for the conventions to lock out other photographers when they get a quote unquote convention photographer. And I've asked them all to, when I'm there, to please don't do that, because we're not the same. No. And here's another good example right here, even though it's 2 different cosplays, but it's Bree in both cosplays. And I've never seen this one on the left. If Bree's watching, I'm upset because I want to shoot that. It looks amazing.
It's hexadecimal from the reboot show, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Okay. And Bree said that's their favorite. That's her favorite one she's ever worn. Favorite picture, and then she said the black cat is her favorite one that you have done of her.
That was MCFC.
Yeah.
The black cat
great.
was
We love
MCFC. Yeah.
Catherine, she said this is an old one, but who doesn't love a good Elvira picture?
Right.
Yes, it's fabulous.
So good. This one, Liz literally got these back last night. She had these done at MomoCon. And I said, can I please show some of these? Wow. And I picked the most beautiful one out of all of them, because I actually helped her work on this costume some. She did all the hand beading. Those little circles on the top of Serenity's dress, she hand beaded every single one of them. I helped her do some of the base construction and taught her how to corset the top, but she did all of that work.
Wow.
And it's a stunning picture.
That looks, it's very at the real, and oh my gosh.
Just stunning.
Costume looks great.
That was one of them. Like, a lot of mine had the TikTok logo on them, because when I tried to upload the whole file, Google kept kicking them back, saying the files are too big. So I had to get some that had been compressed down.
I said, don't worry, we got to show so much of your work.
This was 3 weeks ago in South Carolina at Southeast Game Exchange. It's a video game conference.
I just realized one of them that didn't show up in there. I'm going to find it, because I have Tim Rucker. I have a bunch of his in there. Why did Tim's not show up? Well, you keep going. Where?
Tim?
He just got this was also it.
Great.
All right, so this was really fun, and you can't see it in this image unless you really, really zoom it up into the black to see the detail. I drug my shutter in this shot at about 1/10 of a second to blend the lasers, because he was pulling the trigger on the gun, and I wanted to blend the lasers with my lights. And so I caught a shot after shooting several shots in a row and dragging my trigger or my shutter very slow, to where I caught the flash from the gun and the lasers and my flashes all in one shot. And that was really fun to do.
See, I know I saved these pictures that I'm having to add, because I counted how many pictures I had earlier. And I've been watching. You haven't skipped anything. So
And this was really fun. The orb that you see floating in midair, may it rest in peace. It was worth the sacrifice for the shot. She said she had 12 more at home, so it wasn't a big deal. But I had her throw it from one hand to the other and just catch the shot where it looks like it's floating.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a really good shot. Like you said, it's worth it as long as she had more at home and it wasn't like super expensive.
It was one of those snap together plastic ornaments, and it was just filled with cellophane. Yeah, it was just filled with cellophane.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous photo.
And
it really looks good.
That photo was really important to me because afterwards she mentioned that this was going to be her last convention because she did not like how she looked. And after these photos, she changed her mind. And she is amazing and like super sweet,
gorgeous young woman.
I'm like, what is in your brain? And so, yeah, to be able to have
dysmorphia
impact on people. Yes, it is real. It is real. It is very real. And
but to have a photographer, like that's one of the things I say. I've had photographers just ghost me, whereas you're willing to work with everybody, no matter skill level, body type, gender, color, anything. You're just like, I just want to photograph cosplayers.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to, if anyone will stand in front of my camera long enough, I will shoot them.
Yes.
This was really fun. So this friend group, this is the first time they'd ever done a big cosplay all together at once. So they were all their characters from Persona.
I know of Persona. I don't know a ton about it, but they look cool.
They do.
It was really cool.
I love that they're doing it together.
And the one on the left with the glasses on, I was like, dude, the look that you've given in this shot. I'm like, all of them, honestly, when we took this shot, I just looked at it and I was like, just blown away by their ability to present themselves and be present in the moment the way they were. But the one, the glasses blew me away. I was like, I know you probably don't think you did anything, but stood there and looked at the camera, but you leaned forward, you pulled your chin up, and you gave this presence for a moment that was so impactful. And everybody, the girl with the gun that's pointed and her stance that she's got, that I'm sure was something to do with the character, and the 20-year-old in the front. And she was incredibly sweet. She actually, I don't know if there's a photo in here, but the next day what's her name? She cosplayed as the girl from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, Vanellope.
She was Vanellope the second day, and she was absolutely incredible.
I've seen it on your Instagram or your Facebook, but I don't think it wasn't in our submission.
Definitely
so
on Instagram.
Go look at, just go dig through his book pictures.
This was also there. This was also there, and I went. He was with their local 501st, and I literally went and drug him over to my booth. the makeup is a mask, so he couldn't do the snarl. But if he could have snarled, it would have wrecked my brain. But he knew how to put the tension in the hands.
Yeah,
and that's another thing too, is when you tell someone to do. This is what's so great about working with cosplay, and when cosplayers understand their character and are able to put emotion into a photograph that it translates through. I mean,
So
and y'all know, you guys know, or definitely Andrea knows, working with me, I'll nerd out over it just as hard as anybody.
Oh, we're all looking at this big screen and we're like, okay, I cried when you did my Anastasia. Okay? My Anastasia, I cried. Okay.
Speaking of emotions,
God, that's awesome. Wow.
This is from our X-Men shoot.
Wow.
It's not edited or anything, but look at the emotion, especially on our Cyclops face. Like, we were getting towards the end of the shoot, and I was like, okay, well, I have to die. Obviously. I'm Jean Grey. What else do I do?
That's what she does.
That's what she does.
what she does.
But this is from the location in Kenosha that I was talking about. But look at the emotion. Like,
yeah,
you're
not just playing dress up. You're an actor too.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's another thing that's so cool. I mean, once again, look at this, the stances, the looks and everything that everybody really getting into character and bringing these characters alive just makes my job so much funner.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is our album cover.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one.
Got a few bonus tracks with Dazzler, of course.
Of course.
I think that was the first comment when I posted the persona photo, was that somebody said they looked like they were doing the drop the best mixtape of 2024.
Yes. This was my brother. Brad asked me to show this. This is his perfect impression of Orville Peck in his Daytona Sand video. The fact that my brother bought a cowboy hat and cowboy boots just to do this costume. And mom and I were the only ones that knew he was doing it, because he asked if mom still had some of dad's old Western stuff, because out of nowhere we have found the love for a country singer again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have the video of him doing the whole move because it's hilarious. But yeah, he's like, you have to share this one. I'm like, cool. I took that one in my brother Scoot's living room.
That's cute. And now, Stay Puft.
Oh my God.
Yes, the Stay Puft.
Fantastic.
We were cackling while this was happening.
What was great was getting to see them come up on the screen and everything, and I kind of had the vision in my head. So of course I was kind of seeing it in my brain before everybody. I was sitting there laughing at myself. So I was like, "This is ridiculous."
You're so stupid.
But we have to do it.
Oh, we did so many good shots that day.
We really did. It was funny because Lauren came by and she was like, "I'm going to get everyone. I'll be right back."
That's
everyone.
There's pictures of them worshiping me as Crowley and stuff. It's great.
Yes.
This is my friend Jordan. Jordan couldn't decide which one, because she loves being Katniss so much. But that she said that the mermaid one at the top, she said that is her absolute most favorite picture of herself.
The bottom left, though, is absolutely insane because of the reflection in the water above her. Doing underwater photography is one of my lifelong dreams that I've not been able to do yet. And this camera I'm actually talking to you on now actually has the ability to shoot 33 feet underwater without a case. And so I'm hoping to be able to use it as a test camera before I start getting very expensive housings to put my cameras into.
We have a lot of mermaids in the area.
I met some at the
I have a mermaid tail.
Okay, that's another thing.
He's like, it's on. It's on.
Yeah. So that's one of my things I really wanted. Oh wow, yeah.
I had to
awesome.
I had to try not to cram all of them in, but he has so many good pictures.
Yes.
Tim is Captain America. I mean, yes, he looks great in all of his other costumes, but that man is Captain America. Just saying. Yeah,
and I mean, the photographer that's up here in Nashville that does this really insane cinematic work, and he does, you can go to his Instagram. I can't remember his name. I just drew a blank on his name. But if you go to Tim's page and you'll find him. And he's got all these videos of how he sits there and puts all these things together in all these layers and all this stuff. And it's just absolutely incredible.
You have people over here volunteering in the comments for underwater. Lauren says she'll bring Ursula. Jason said, let's head to Pickwick.
Oh my gosh.
This is my siren. Yeah.
Wow.
We asked my friend James if he would come be our wayward sailor. I was like, hey, so Crayley and I are doing an evil siren shoot. Can we pretend to drown you? And his only question was, yeah, sure. What should I wear? That's how you know you have a good cosplay friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What should I die in? Like, you've got the best cosplay people.
And we found, again, Kenosha. Like, Kenosha has some great, it's an hour from me. It has some great places, but I have a photographer friend who lives down in Kenosha. She's like, oh, I know a place. So she takes us to this place with dunes and rocks and a beach, and it is like deserted. Middle
Oh my
summer.
gosh.
We walked
Wow.
we walked through the woods. There we saw like 3 people. Well, we were out there for an hour. We saw 3 people. And I was like, this is perfect. Because you
You had
don't
your own
really
private
want a bunch of people in your shop. It really was. It was perfect. So
that is the
yeah, if we
hardest
make
part.
it out.
You know, that's one of the things I like about like Bryan's setup at cons is a lot of people want good pictures because that's where you wear your costumes the most. But until you had a setup like what he's got, you have to hope somebody can pull you off to the side somewhere and not have like, you know, just randos walking behind you in your photo. So having more and more cons having photographers set up is so good because we can finally get a clean, clear shot of our costumes. But it's also fun when you have a photographer who has a studio that's willing to also travel and take pictures of you in other places.
Yeah, that's what I love, being able to just take the studio anywhere. And I'm in Nashville today. I'm going to be headed home tonight, but I actually stopped by Camera Store today and picked up some more stuff to kind of better what we're doing. But one of the things I picked up was actually a Prime Day, and I'm excited. We got one of those big lithium battery pack generators. So now we will have electricity on set no matter where we're at, which my setup is all battery powered and wireless anyway. And Andrea and I were talking beforehand. Sometimes you'll get what on the back of the little camera screen looks like just this most incredible shot. And, you know, you get home and load it in the computer and, oh, you missed focus a half inch or something was just off, and it kind of betrays you. So now what's going to happen is you guys see me shoot tethered to the computer at the Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do that on location now. So we'll be able to go back, review everything in big screen, and make sure we got exactly what we want before we leave whatever location we're at. And
that's really
so
nice.
in it too. So if we want to do nighttime shoots, we'll have the ability to power lights. If we want to control wind, we'll have the ability to power fans and stuff like that. So that I'm excited
just thinking about it.
That.
I'm just thinking about like outdoor shoots in the summer. I'm like, can you just bring the fan even if we don't need it for the picture?
No, that's what I'm, you know, and shout out to Daryl on here that's Budget Dad Adventures on YouTube. He just reviewed a portable air conditioner, and I'm going to be calling you about that, Daryl, because I want to know where you got that portable air conditioning from, because we now have the power to run one on set.
That's awesome. Especially when we finally get around to the ferry photo shoot that I keep talking to you about with me and Isabella out on Mom's property, because there's only water on there. There's no electric. So
we got electric
ball gowns outside in the time that you want ferry pictures. It's not going to be the coolest weather.
I photographed a wedding one time in 2012, and it was July the 10th, I think it was, on a Saturday. And it was the hottest day of the year. I think the heat index that day was 110. And we were out in a field. And the bride literally came over and kicked over one of those big box fans and put her dress on.
Done that in cosplay.
I laughed so hard. She was dying. Everybody wore, like, the guys had linen suits on. Everybody sweated right through them. It was just brutal.
I've sweat through shapewear, a stretch pleather bodysuit, a suede skirt, and a real leather belt that was like 1/4 inch thick as Thor outside for an event. It was a fundraiser for cancer research for kids, but I was dying. Garrett has pictures. Garrett Dunwald has pictures of me in it. And I'm surprised you can't see the sweat coming through all the layers. It was gross. We've had some fun shoots. Like, once again, like I keep saying, I love your creativity and willing to let your subjects be creative, because, you know, you let me plop down on the floor and flop over and you're on the floor, like, taking pictures. And we've got the Spider-Man where Joshua was jumping up in the air, and
we got that with one shot too. That just blew my mind. He nailed that.
Was it on the back cover of one of the issues of the
It was
magazine?
that was our first ever issue that had a double cover. That was the May, which is kind of the superhero edition, and then June was kind of the villain edition because we had so many villains at Superhero Day this year. I kind of chopped that in half and focused on the superheroes in May and the villains in June. So
wasn't Jowers the cover of Jowers was the cover of the super villain one.
Jowers was the super villain. That Joker had to
deserved.
I mean, had to be.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Jason said, "Ooh, what if we all that can get together for one epic photo?"
You know, I mean, fall is coming. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
that wasn't ominous at all.
Yeah, when it's not a million degrees outside, we should all, because we're going to need an outside space. There's too many of us to.
I've got the air conditioner and a fan on right now. There's a fan behind the computer on me.
The air in this hotel went out at 3 a.m. and we woke up to just like, it was awful.
That's why you end up with angry people. Yeah, that's why I travel. I literally travel with a fan. I travel because I sleep with a fan. I travel with one that fits in the suitcase.
That's a very good idea.
I gotta have my fan. Took one all the way to California to Disneyland. Come on.
But I'm very much looking forward to traveling this year more and shooting more and letting the cosplayers be creative and everything.
Lauren Knight, we can do a zoo takeover in cosplay. Zubu. We got Zubu here in Memphis.
What if we did that during Zubu and during Christmas?
In the zoo.
Yeah. We could do that during Christmas
and take it over. They're going to lock you in the zoo.
That's fine. I love animals. Can I pet one of the big kitties? That might be the last thing I do, but it might be the last thing I ever do.
We will
put us behind the bars with the monkeys. I mean, come on. We could go in the Creatures of the Night exhibit at the Memphis Zoo. A bunch of us are night owls. We fit in perfectly.
You know what? That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It was. Our zoo was great here.
Going back to talking about the creative side of everything, and that's one of my favorite things is letting the Carrie Bland is a great example of someone that will walk into the booth and have her phone with her, and she will be like, "Are you ready? I've got about 9 ideas," and I'm like, "Let's go!" And
we love Carrie.
And yeah, she's amazing, and I actually cannot believe I didn't have one of her photos in that lineup. Because she's one of my 6-foot banners. She's been in multiple magazines. She wrote one of the cosplay articles in the magazine.
Yep.
And just got back from Italy. She was over there studying over there.
Yep, doing some schoolwork.
Yeah. So just another one of our family. And I'm excited to shoot
alive as long as I've cosplayed.
The young lady that you brought to the Superhero Day that was
Isabella.
Was Dorothy? Yes.
Alice. Yep. She was Alice from the Mad Tea Party.
I'm trying to remember which one. See, I told you, I call people the wrong thing all the time.
It's okay. It was a blue dress with a white apron.
That's all I could remember was blue and white.
She's phenomenal.
But yeah, she's awesome too. And that's another thing. I've suddenly got this massive network of amazing people that you can reach out and talk to. And I think in this day and age, with us coming through a global pandemic that shut our lives down for so long, and us losing our third spaces and losing our connection to people, this gives everybody a way to get back together. And I think it's vastly important to mental health. It's vastly important to people in so many aspects. And having a safe space and safe people is one of the things that I feel is just absolutely critical to making this a successful community. And you're always going to have, a couple that don't work out, and they tend to get kind of weeded out. They tend to move along. A
lot of them weed themselves out after a while.
Sure. And But it's been a phenomenal 2 years, and I'm excited to see where all it goes.
I realized there was one more picture because it wasn't a cosplay picture, but it is somebody that does cosplay with us and also does a lot of work with us. And I'm going to find it real quick while y'all talk because
I think I know who it was too. Because
you probably know exactly because it's a very good friend of all of ours.
Exactly. I think I know exactly.
Oh, yeah. I saw him. I know exactly.
Yeah. And I'm like, I saved on, I think it's just transferring to StreamYard gets a little weird sometimes and it just goes stupid on us. StreamYard,
well, Andrea,
y'all, is a.
Andrea, will you look for that? Oh, you found it?
Here it goes, right here. Oh, yeah. I'm being quick as long as it loads quickly. Here we go. This is also an amazing artist friend of ours, Jonathan McDaniel. His daughter is Trinity, who started Bryan's cosplay photography journey.
Yep.
Bryan also does, or Jonathan does gorgeous artwork of cosplayers. So he takes the photographs and turns them into. I have one hanging on the wall in my hallway, and
I have several.
He does a great Wolverine.
Yeah, and he used to do Spider-Man. I don't know if he still does Spider-Man. But the
Lauren was right too. She said maybe certain artist friend.
Yeah.
Yes, he
I mean, super talented.
That's another one of our con family.
Yeah, and just once again, one of the most amazing people you're going to meet. One of the best artists you're going to meet. He's just super, super talented.
Heart of gold.
And I first photographed Trinity 7 years ago, and was there doing her makeup. This is a father-daughter team forever. Yeah, they absolutely are. They absolutely are. And
their whole family is amazing. His
wife's
a fantastic photographer.
Yep, she is, and they're all so smart and so talented. They're great. They're super fun. They're fun to hang out with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've all threatened to all go to New Orleans together because that's like our favorite city in the world. So there's like this, and every time we talk about it, the group that plans on going seems to get a little larger. So
hello.
Yeah.
I love New Orleans.
I actually, I probably shouldn't mention this. Yeah, I'm going to mention this. I found out that there is a vampire masquerade ball that's gone on for 36 years in New Orleans. That is Anne Rice vampire masquerade. I messaged them and asked them if they needed a photographer. I'm waiting for their response. Because I'm dumb enough to message anybody.
Look, if you don't put yourself out there, nobody's going to know you want to be there.
Sure. And we talked about that before we started to record too, is you mentioned that a lot of times that, well, I didn't realize my first convention was MTAC, and I walked into it because I was there to photograph a band that was doing a concert, and I walked through with my child in tow and everything, and no one ever stopped me. I'd never been to a con before. I didn't know you had to buy tickets, and I just walked all the way in, photographed the concert, and left. And you said it was because I probably looked like I knew what I was doing and I was supposed to be there. And I think that's a huge secret in the world of photography to get access to get to do a lot of this cool stuff is, number one, don't be a jerk. Don't be a creep. And, at least pretend to know what you're doing. You don't have to know what you're doing. Trust me, I didn't. I just
I think we just spent an hour.
Marched in.
We just spent over an hour proving you know what you're doing with a lot of these pictures.
That's 17 years.
Yeah.
It's 17 years of sitting in a building with a mannequin that has faded from being photographed so much.
But that segues greatly into what we usually ask. So I'm going to give you this whole layout. If you want to keep going with this and also give advice to anyone who wants to start out as a photographer.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So even the cosplay space or any space at all, if you're wanting to go into photography, number one, you got to have a camera, and it can be this one. It does not have to be some fancy camera. It could be the one on your phone. It's amazing what you can do with these things. What you really need is to put aside your fear of putting yourself out there and really being vulnerable and asking people, can I take your photograph? If they let you, let them have them. Give them the photographs. Let them have them. I still do so many shoots that I don't get paid for because it's a passion. I do need to get the bills paid. That's a big discussion right now. But at the end of the day, I'm a photographer because I refuse to be anything else. So I think Andrea also mentioned earlier that Dolly Parton said something about find out what you are and do that on purpose. I something to that extent. And I just can't think of anything better for someone to say to someone if that's what you want to be. I think the biggest thing in being a photographer, and it took me years to be okay with saying I'm a photographer. It took even more years for me to be okay with saying that I am an artist. I did not feel like one because I felt like I was only replicating what is in front of me and showing it to the person that was in front of the camera. It didn't feel like I was doing enough because I felt like the word artist was a really high esteemed word for me. And so, I still wrestle with a lot of self-doubt, and I still wrestle with a lot of insecurities. But at the end of the day, if I don't show up, do the work, and be consistent, I know that's the key. That if I want to really keep doing this, and I think knowing yourself, really knowing yourself, is not just going to make you a better photographer, but if you're a cosplayer, if you really know yourself, you're going to know and understand other characters better as well, and you're going to be able to get out there and show off what you've created. And that's one of my favorite things that I get to do. I get to take your hard work that you have spent hours to days to weeks to months to years investing in, and focus on you and bring your vision to life at the same time that I get to create these photographs. So it's a symbiotic relationship. And I just can't think of anything better that I would like to do. And so not only that, but being able to empower other people through photography and seeing people see themselves is so rewarding beyond what I can describe. It's really a rewarding journey. So if you're out there, you're thinking about doing this, stop thinking, start shooting, and see where it takes you. My camera has taken me to Jamaica. I photographed a wedding in Jamaica in 2010. My camera has taken me to Dallas this year. Supposedly it's taken me to New York later. We'll see. But it can take you places if you'll just put down the self-doubt and pick up your art and go. That's my TED Talk.
Yeah, and we have we kind of have a little bit of acting royalty saying hello to you.
Yes, absolutely. I saw Creek Wilson popping up. That's so awesome.
We're blessed with the presence of Creek Wilson in our comments.
Yeah, he is actually Jason Smith's in here, and I thought Jason was being rude to Creek Wilson earlier today on Facebook. I was wrong. Creek Wilson is actually now a Halloween decoration from the character he played. I was like, dang, man. Yes. Calling Creek Wilson
he's been at several of the cons we've done and just kind of become part of the con family with some of us.
He has been officially adopted as well.
So, once again, join the con family. You never know who might be a cousin in it. It might be Creek Wilson.
This is true.
That's awesome.
So fantastic.
But I do want to iterate as I feel like we're closing. I'm sure that once again, you guys talked about my wife being with me and everything. You can't do this alone. You can't do anything alone. Don't try. Find your tribe, find your people, and it's more fun with a group.
This comment from Lacey, real quick. Ghostbusting Creek is his character from Haunted Mansion. Photo idea?
I mean, you know what? I'll call you. Because who else am I going to call? He's a Ghostbuster.
Ghostbusters.
I love that idea. And you're right. We are past the hour. This has been such a great show. So where can people find you, Bryan?
You can find me pretty much anywhere on social media platforms under Huffoto, Huffoto. Or you can just go to huffoto.com, and I've got all the links there to everything that we do. I'm focused more on Patreon right now because I'm starting to put a lot of behind the scenes stuff there and things where I'm actually showing and going to be showing even more and more techniques, and probably do some live workshops and stuff like that to actually help people along their journey. Because going back to when we discussed earlier about, the photographers, and we're all different. We're not competitors, we're colleagues. We're all in this together. We're all going to make different photos of the same thing. And I think that, I think we all grow better together.
Love it. We love the sharing and the love.
I love that. And Andrea, what about you?
Mostly my usual on Instagram, Media Rice. You'll find me at a lot of local conventions coming up. I've got the back end of the year is pretty booked again, like the front end of the year. I'll be in a lot of them where Bryan is. So if you find one of us, you'll probably find the other.
We travel.
We do. You'll probably find the ice cream queens and their husbands, and it's a big old party.
I'll be at Fan Expo in Chicago next month. I'll actually have a meet and greet at the Customers with a Cause booth, and then I'll also be spending some time at the Chicagoland Cosplay Creations booth. It's going to be a booth con for me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, Phoenix Sis Entertainment everywhere, and then of course Cosplay Cafe podcast everywhere. So that's where you can find me. Otherwise, Bryan, thank you again for dropping in and sharing your wisdom, your creativity. And thank you all for watching. This was a great show. We love you all.
Thank you guys for having me. It was fun.
It was great. Thank you.
Please enjoy our network exit video, which just lets you know all that we have on our network, because we have some great shows that you should be watching.
If you're a nerd, we got it.
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi Strauss,